Hello everyone and welcome back to Common Sense Crypto Channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XDC. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XDC. And look at that, the 7-day chart. We have some upward movement. It's not substantial, but yet it's some movement to the upside. You know, I cannot stop stacking this cryptocurrency because I know the potential behind it. I know in the next run it's going to shock most people. Most people are so focused on XRP and now XLM because it had a little bit of movement to the upside. They're overlooking this gem. And I'm telling you right now, anybody that overlooks XDC is going to regret it in the long run. 6 altcoins with 20x potential, and guess what? XDC is one of them. It's a well-rounded cryptocurrency, capitalizing on its consensus method that champions democracy and high levels of transparency. The XDC network delivers its users rapid transaction processing, digitization, and tokenization capabilities. Tokenization is the next big thing. And I think XDC is going to capture a good percentage of that. And it's a $770 trillion market. It only needs to capture maybe 5 to 10%. And this cryptocurrency will price everyone out. That's how quick it can happen. And you know, so many people are underestimating the idea of that. But when you see Brad Garlinghouse from Ripple talking about tokenization, Andre Kosterman talking about tokenization, World Economic Forum talking about tokenization, even BlackRock, that's where their focus is now, because that's where the money is. You know, first it was cross-border payments, now it's tokenization. Looking good, Bitfrost Wallet. So glad to see the integration of XDC from the XDC network. And again, we're going to see more and more announcements over time as well. Take a listen to Dr. Hiesbach.
One of the most focused projects I'm aware of is XDC, the Xinfin network, which is a blockchain that from the start included the realization that transparency everywhere is not good, that certain things need to stay private. So it's got a very good solution for privacy. And it is entirely focused on the trade and trades finance sector. I don't know of any other project that was born with and still stays true to this focus on trade finance.
So focused on trade finance, and it's born for it. In other words, there's not going to be other options in the future. Everything around trade will tie back to XDC. The Electronic Trade Documents Act of 2023 set to become law. Now, once this goes into law, that's it. That's when things are going to start to turn around because it's going to move so fast. Everybody's going to want to do this because it saves time and it saves money. The Electronic Trades Document Act is soon to be granted royal assent and will be implemented 2 months thereafter. This act is the result of years of dedicated effort by numerous individuals and industry organizations. Once in effect, the Act will legally recognize certain electronic trade and trade finance documents as equivalent to their paper counterparts. Until the Act is operational, such electronic documents cannot be legally possessed under English law to enforce rights to payment or delivery of goods on board a ship or in a warehouse. That's why those laws are so important, and I think this is going to get that adoption sometime in September of this year. It will go into full effect. Soon after, I think we're going to see XDC starting to really pop off as it's being utilized all around the world. Impulse Technology shows how ISO is driving transformative changes in the trade payment landscape. And even ISO is part of this. Everybody thinks because we didn't get this overnight massive rally that ISO meant nothing. We have not seen the value from this yet. It's still coming. The API also encompasses all 733 data definition messaging types, including backward compatibility with over 1,800 older versions. Moreover, the solution treats security as paramount by incorporating a priority Layer 2 security module, ensuring financial messages are safely transmitted and sensitive data are safeguarded against unauthorized parties. Notably, all validating masternodes within the XDC network are Know Your Customer compliant, which is an exceptional feature among public blockchains. It was built for this. Later, the payments are going to start coming through. And as those payments start being made, all of a sudden, XDC moves up in price. As the industry increasingly adopts ISO 222 solutions such as Impel's API in collaboration with Fluent Finance Digital Assets and the XDC network, demonstrate the potential for heightened automation and efficiency in trade payments. That's what it's all about. That's why I said I am so bullish on this cryptocurrency. We're buying it so cheap, yet it has so much upside potential. Sean White, XDC Network. Why is tokenization so important? Tokenizing is widely used for the fractionalizing once non-divisible asset units, as well as bequeathment to provide legal rights to an individual or organization. But with trade, it's going to be so much bigger because you're going to have NFTs involved. And NFTs are starting to get use case and utility as well. Adding another layer to these tokenization opportunities is the XDC network's hybrid capabilities. That is, having public and private ledger capabilities. The aforementioned use cases and value propositions take on extra meaning for the builders and the end user, and add that to the conversation with the soon-to-be-released protocol upgrade XDC 2.0, which will offer an exciting array of features and functionality. Of course, there are barriers to tokenization to be resolved, namely one of universal acceptance. Much like a driver's license, tokens and token use cases are somewhat restricted to the legal and/or network frameworks under which they are founded. That said, once regulations and legislations catch up to the creativity, innovation, and utility of blockchain, progress will pick up steam in many nascent and yet to be dreamt applications to tokenization. Once again, once the regulations are put in place, the sky is the limit. And again, people are still overlooking this cryptocurrency. XDC.au is coming soon. XDC is going big in Australia. Even with the global digitalization growth MLETR, there's 53 countries in the UK's Commonwealth, and the most prominent countries which meet the same basis with English law are India, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Germany, France, and the USA have made significant progress in the adoption of the electronic trade document law as well. So here in the US, they're still working this out here as well. Think about it. Once that goes live, every single country is going to go live at the same time. XDC, two of Australia's biggest banks, the Commonwealth Bank of Australia and ANZ, are working with leading Singapore-based blockchain company Xinfin. And you know, that's been going on for a while there in Australia. It started all the way back in like 2020, and it's been expanding over time. But we're almost to the finish line. Now is when you don't want to lose sight of what's to come next, because it's so important. XDC, but all the ISO coins are awesome. You know, when you look at this, and you look at this handful of cryptocurrencies, once 99% of crypto goes to zero, this is what we're going to be left with. And these cryptocurrencies are all going to work with each other inside that new financial system. XDC is going to be a game changer when it comes to digital trade. And if you're invested in that, you're going to get financial freedom from it. You know, anybody who's still out there chasing memes or putting money in Bitcoin, at the end of the day, they're not going to get that financial freedom like you're going to. But like everybody thinks, if it doesn't happen tomorrow, it's never going to happen. Things take time. Greatness comes over time. But again, I think this is going to happen so quick when it does that it's going to shock so many people. And, you know, think about it like this. All right, right now we have FedNow going live here in the U.S. That's probably a prelude to a full-blown CBDC. Every other country is working on a CBDC right now. If all those payments are going digital, how can you still make payments inside of trade with cash or checks or wire transfers? They're not going to do that no more. Everything's going to be digital. And it's going to move so quick. It's going to happen within seconds. And the transactions are going to happen on a daily basis. 24/7, 365. Why choose DXDC Network? If you check out their new website, right, it shows you what kind of projects are on here, wallets, even exchanges where you could buy XDC. But one thing I want to talk about is this right here. Let me drag that back in a second. Okay, so I want to, right here, trade finance is an underappreciated asset class, underpinning trillions in goods and services traded between nations every year. Blockchain technology is uniquely suited to power the financial rails of cross-border trade, and jurisdictions globally are taking notice. That includes trade, banking, and securities, regulators in Europe and the UK, Southeast Asia, and the Middle East. And now you could add the United States. Especially now that XRP got clarity here in the US, things are going to start moving ahead now. Everything is going to start going digital little by little, because the US, in my opinion, was being left behind. Innovation was walking right out of this country. That's about to change. And when it does, it's trillions of dollars. I mean, the U.S. economy is massive. Sure, it's debt-filled, but it is massive. And, you know, XDC is also going to gain some of that money as well. But right now, we stay patient, stay positive, and keep stacking while you still can get this crypto at such cheap prices. Because these prices are not going to be around forever. The only thing you'll ever regret if you hold XDC is not owning more XDC. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.